A varied, if largely unexciting, selection of antiques at an auction room in the northeast of England. But the face on the catalogue is a surprise. The star lot is in a glass cabinet, unpublished photographs of the young Queen Elizabeth, shortly after her accession to the throne 60 years ago. Until now, only a handful of people even knew these photos existed. The feature press photo agency was run by two brothers. Ken and Bert Clayton took photos for Commerce and Industry from offices in Manor Park in the East End of London. Photographing the Queen at Buckingham Palace was an unexpected commission, to say the least. But that's what the 30-year-old Ken Clayton did, although he was required to keep the shoot a secret. The Queen looks relaxed and a little vulnerable, still in mourning just a few weeks after the King's death. She had been extremely close to her father. Her makeup is spare. She wears just 2 strings of pearls. The dress is probably satin or silk.
My female colleagues have all said, oh, you know, her décolleté is quite low, the skirt's kind of open. And I think she was a rookie queen, if you like.
The photographs were strictly not for publication. They were simply taken as reference for a society portrait painter commissioned to paint the new royal family. The fashion photographer Cecil Beaton, who famously took the coronation pictures, simply idealized the Queen. This was majesty for posterity. The society photographer Dorothy Wilding did much the same, retouching and tinting her portraits. In contrast, Ken Clayton was just a working news agency photographer, a jobbing photographer, as they say over here. This is the young Queen as we've never really seen her before. We understand that the photo session at Buckingham Palace in 1952 lasted about an hour, and it's absolutely clear that none of these pictures were retouched. There's no theatricality about them, there's no artifice, there's no colouring. The Queen is as she was. In close-up, there seem to be a few tiny skin blemishes. The new Queen is lovely, but not perfect. Ken Clayton also had a session with Prince Philip. It must have been short. The Prince looks furious. We have absolutely no idea why. The children are in their party best. Does this little boy look familiar? Prince Charles, aged 3, with a very blonde Princess Anne, aged 1.5. Ken Clayton rattled his keys to grab their attention, and a royal nanny supplied toys. But naturally, our main interest remains the new Queen.
This is that crucial, fragile moment when she is Queen, she's not yet crowned, she is still learning the ropes, and that's captured that moment in a way somebody like Wilding or Beaton maybe wouldn't want her to have captured.
At the end of the session, Ken Clayton photographed himself and the children with his bulky speed graphic camera in a mirror in a palace corridor. Perhaps he couldn't quite believe it and wanted proof that he'd been inside Buckingham Palace. He was told that none of the pictures could be published for 30 years. They've gathered dust in a folder for rather longer than that, 60 years, only emerging as the Queen celebrates her Diamond Jubilee. Nick Glass, CNN, Newcastle upon Tyne.